Burn live, burn live, burn live, burn live, burn live, burn live. It's going down, baby. Burning through ashes, trying to make comments. Burn live, y'all. Burn through conversation, trying to ask y'all some common sense. Welcome to another Burn Live show. I'm your host, Capiche. It's going down in the DM or in the AM, mostly in the DM. It's 12 o'clock, so PM. I'm sorry. Supposed to be saying PM. It's going down in the PM. Good afternoon, good evening, good afternoon, whenever time you're watching this. It's Tuesday, y'all. I know it's been a minute since I've been on here. Told you guys that Tuesday is my AI technology day. Monday is my marijuana day. Wednesday is my watch party day. Comic book day. Thursday is my technology day. That's how it's going down. I appreciate y'all guys coming through. Hello, how are you? Thank you for stopping through. So today we're going to be talking about technologies, AIs, and news coverage and stuff like that. We might either deal with some AI and talk over with that. That's today. Like I said, Friday we go politicians. Saturday, I'm working on a Saturday. Saturday about to turn into a day. Hopefully, it gets in. But today is AI technology. Everybody put the AI. AI is on the news. AI. People are getting into the stock market of AI and stuff like that. So everybody's is looking at AI. Are you using AI today? Are you using AI today? Are you knowing the goods and the bads that come with AI? Today we will be discussing news coverages and what people are predicting in stock market and further on. This is what I will be doing every Tuesday. Hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. I appreciate you. Hello. How are you? How are you? For everybody that says hello in the comments, I definitely will put it up as you just seen. I appreciate you. Please like, subscribe, and share to the channel. I do this every day, Monday through Friday, definitely going down. I'm also working on weekend programs to bring you news, technology, politics, and everyday discussion. I also have a nightcap that's very late night that's called Good Night Capiche. All my videos are in the live section. If you want to see anything that's in the past that I have done, please go check them out. There are very good shows. I have discussions with a lot of different people, and we get into a lot of things. So today, I want to go over this new coverage of AI technology and the stock market and what we got to look for far as that. I think that's very interesting. A lot of people are going to be getting into it. Even if you think technology is bad, is good for you or not, you're really going to sit up here and almost have no choice but to get into this. And I say that because it's here. Every day that I look in the news, I'm seeing new news coverage of this. So therefore, I see. And by this, I'm in the news like this. So this happened a couple of days ago. I thought it was very interesting and very knowledgeable. I want to bring it to the table with you guys. I want to share it out with you guys. And so here we go.
OpenAI teasing some new upgrades to its AI coding tool this week as rival Anthropic's Claude Code continues to gain traction, add some new features too. Our Deirdre Bosa has been hands-on with Claude for a few days now and has more in today's Tech Check. Hey, Dee.
Hey, Carl, good morning. So OpenAI is playing catch up here because it's been win after win for Anthropic's Claude Code over the last few weeks, as I've been talking all about it. With Cowork, Claude made it possible to build fully functional apps with just a few prompts. Now with its Excel integration, anyone can do the work of a financial analyst with just a few prompts. Now, we all, as CNBC anchors and reporters, we pour through sell-side notes on the daily. But with Claude and Excel, I could get at exactly the insight that I was looking for. Key assumptions, sensitivities that matter, bull and bear cases, all without digging through 20 or 100 pages of someone else.
To put a briefing, you got a big business, you know what I'm saying? You got some things that's going on. You're really trying to get yourself out there and get organized. There are technology AI programs that can get your gross money and what you do in order. I am really trying to, now this is what I'm trying to invest in for as this Burn Live show and producing you guys shows, you know what I'm saying? Because I stay live and I'm going to stay live, but I also want to get into grossing and actually, you know what I'm saying, making me some money and then making you some money, and then we can grow together in the stock market. So this is my next goal for sometime this year, is for us together to grow and get into the stock. You know what I'm saying? We get a portfolio. And then I'm gonna have to work with the Discord, because I know everybody been trying to tell me with the Discord. So I will be working with that. But I'm definitely be getting to the stock.
This framework. Now, for Alphabet, the question heading into earnings is the AI tax. AI search queries, they cost more to serve than traditional ones. And with AI mode, Google is serving them to 1 billion plus users. The big question is whether AI search expands or quietly erodes the business. So I asked Claude to build a scenarios tab that you're looking at it right now. It shows the bull, bear, base cases that I can toggle between by just writing bull or bear in that cell. In less than 10 minutes, I have this analysis. You can see exactly where AI costs start to pressure margins, how much revenue has to grow to offset it, all without touching a single cell to build this. Now, with another prompt, Claude gave me this takeaway showing that the best case versus worst case scenario for Alphabet in this scenario is a nearly $11 billion difference on gross income. Now, guys, this does beg the question, why hasn't Microsoft or Google built this into Excel or Sheets itself? Now, legacy tech, one reason maybe it's because they're layering AI on top of old foundations, the sort of innovator's dilemma, whereas Anthropic is AI native. It's actually rebuilding how these tools get used. So it's not just formatting, it's not just looking and calculating, but it's
so now we get to understand, we get to see, you know, there's so many things to invest in, not just invest in what they advertise on TV, but invest in the programs that are making the program, investing in, there's chips, there's AI programs for everything, cooking, working on cars, netting, so many different AI tools. And now we get to break down deeper into these AI tools and not just go deeper into the AI tools, but also back up financially for us these tools and actually invest into these tools. So when you invest in a tool, invest into something that you would use And that, I don't think that's what people are really understanding. Like, these are stuff that you're going to be using. And we never take advantage of stuff that we're going to be using. And here's the opportunity. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to be discussing this AI and telling you to invest into things that you're going to eventually be using down the line.
Reasoning with the numbers in the spreadsheet. Guys, I know that this sounds wonky, but it does point to a real shift. AI is moving from something that most people chat with to something that you can actually build with. I mean, even without coding or Excel skills, I'm creating stuff that used to require a whole team or very specific training. So we'll see what OpenAI unveils today, but the race, it is no longer about who has the best chatbot, and that is going to lead to a very, very interesting year ahead in the industry. And for us as
with that chatbot thing, it's been a lot of different cases when it comes to people and what is able to talk to you, who you talking to, what's accessible to you talking to something back. Anybody out there, put in the comments if you would like to. Do you actually listen and talk back to AI, have a decent conversation? I've been sitting on here certain days doing that with certain situations and stuff like that. It's a little iffy. The big thing now is the music, from what I'm understanding and what I'm saying. Now it's a shift into music. Is your favorite artist really playing the hits like that or something like this? I got this other story from NBC News about music. And I think a lot of people that be on YouTube, if you be on YouTube, you see the AI. AI can help generate music all the time. You see those commercials. But now I think that is gotten better. Technology got better. They're trying to bring it to the forefront. And I think this is a good example of them bringing it to the forefront right here.
Sienna Rose is topping streaming charts and going viral on TikTok. I'm falling with you. But is she real or AI?
Is anyone else heartbroken about Sienna Rose being an AI artist?
The Instagram account linked from Spotify. These are AI.
On Spotify, Sienna Rose is listed as a neo-soul singer with more than 3 million monthly listeners, and she's on track to be one of the top new artists of the year. However, Rose has no verified social media presence and has never played gigs. She's also never responded to a request for an interview, including ours.
We detect artifacts, traces of a computer doing computer stuff. If you model it mathematically, you will see that there are some patterns that are very, very characteristic of how this generative model work. And you don't find the same patterns in human-created music.
Streaming service Deezer developed an AI music detection tool that says many, if not all of her songs have been flagged as computer generated.
Are you certain that Sienna Rose is AI?
Yes, we are. And again, we share the
AI generated music. Not a real person singing, a computer. You kind of wonder, you kind of think, how fast can these, how fast do we think AI can be inside our lives, lying to us? But then you got to think like this. It's not AI doing it right now. It's not AI saying, hey, this is what I feel like doing. It's somebody putting out these examples, testing the waters. Let me put out this. Let me put out that. Let me see if this is going to work. Let me see if this is going to hit. So it really kind of varies, like what is what, who is who, why is why, because it's really, you know what I'm saying? And until we understand that, is it AI actually doing it, or is this somebody generating this person and putting it out.
The science behind it, and we actually provide tools for other people to verify it. At some point in the creative process, AI was used.
Now, many listeners grappling with the fact that they couldn't tell that this was possibly AI.
I can't believe I fell for an AI artist.
Raymond Begson says he first listened to Rose's most streamed song, Into the Blue.
Automatically, I fell in love with the song. And I come to find out a couple weeks later that the song is actually made by AI.
But one TikTok account claiming to be Sienna Rose herself denies that accusation.
Whoa. I feel real.
Many TikTok users now suspecting this account of being AI generated too, pointing out disappearing lines and doors, unnatural behavior of Rose's hair, morphing of teeth, and numbers and letters not looking real.
It is super tough these days, but I'm looking for
Oh,
anomalies.
hold on. Really?
Lines and doors, unnatural behavior of Rose's hair, morphing of teeth, and numbers and letters not looking real.
Yeah, like where is you finding this at? Where is you finding that at? Truck look real. What is this right here? This little flower, something look like you're supposed to be on a balcony.
It is super tough these days, but I'm looking for anomalies. I'm looking for the texture of skin.
While the jury is still out on whether Rose is or isn't created with artificial intelligence, Billboard says at least 6 AI or AI-assisted artists have debuted on various rankings, like Sanaya Monet, with more than 44 million streams. And last summer's massively viral band, The Velvet Sundown, topped Spotify's Viral 50. The creators behind both Sanaya Monet and The Velvet Sundown have openly acknowledged that they use AI.
I feel like there are so many talented artists that deserve their flowers, and listening to AI music just takes the spotlight away from those artists.
Chloe Malas, NBC News.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news.
Notice how is somebody taking the AI and using it. Notice how it's that before we just can sit up here and say that it's somebody literally taking AI, or AI itself is not being used against us. Or do we know that? See, these are more, to me, seem like important questions, or questions that I want to discuss and figure out more deeply and take a deeper dive in. Is it us, or is it more, you know, my opinion? I don't know. I definitely want more details. Especially want more detail. I do. Strange as it gets, we see the opportunity for AI without thinking about the consequences. And there's a lot of groups out here that are already thinking about the consequences, that don't want to mess with AI. And we're still in what we would consider the beginning stages of AI and technology. There's nothing to say that we are in advanced stages, but then there are people who, like this one. The thing that I use for people that got, people that got gaming systems use a variety of things. a variety of rings. AI is not real. We know AI is not real. That's not the point. But do you use AI? Is AI accessible? I actually got this one lady I am following, and she tells stories and everything through AI generating what's going on. So I'm going to actually say that, but I still want to play this news coverage real quick, because you're going to hear a majority of AI in Wall Street.
Welcome back. As AI continues to transform industries across the globe, the world's largest semiconductor company is racing to keep up. I sat down with the CEO of NVIDIA, Jensen Huang, and he said demand for his chips is exploding.
It's for sure now we're going to have a very large 2026.
You said that you had, a backlog, a big backlog, $500 billion in backlog?
Yes.
Tell us about that. Where are you on that?
Well, since I said that a few months ago, that backlog has gotten bigger than that. And so I think we're just seeing, AI has gone from these language models to now going into healthcare, into drug discovery, into manufacturing.
See, yet again, that's what I'm saying. We looking at AI just on televisions and stuff like that, but it's going into almost every field that you can possibly think of. One day AI is going to be teaching our kids. And then I think once we get to that part, then you're probably thinking that what is the right influence for your children? AI or naturally taught by you?
Last year, we made huge breakthroughs in this area called physical AI, where AI understands the world. It understands causality and the laws of physics, and you can use it for self-driving cars. And of course, we're going to see huge breakthroughs in self-driving cars. It's going to be all over, robotic systems of all kinds.
Okay, so the Rubin, is the most advanced chip?
It's 10 times more energy efficient than Blackwell. It's 10 times lower cost for generating tokens than Blackwell. 10 times. And Blackwell was 10 times that of Hopper. So every single year, we're driving up energy efficiency and we're driving down the token costs. This way, AI can continue to be affordable, more clever, more smart, while being more affordable for everybody to use.
There's a debate on whether or not China should actually be getting our chips. What's your take? You want to obviously sell to that market, but are there risks with regard to national security?
First of all, H200 is not used by their military, because their military, like our military, builds on our own chips. And they build plenty of great chips. Huawei and many new startups, they've all gone public this year. Hundreds of billions of dollars of market value now in building AI chips. So they have lots of AI chips for themselves. With respect to H200, we remember the AI stack is 5 layers deep, and we want to win the AI race. And we need to win the AI race at every single layer. We want to win the energy layer. We want to win the chip layer, the infrastructure layer, the AI model layer, and also the application layer. President Trump wants us to go win the marketplace, compete around the world, bring home jobs, create revenue for the United States, and continue to lead the technology around the world. We can't concede any market. And so having the ability to keep the United States at the forefront with Blackwell today and very soon Rubin, but now allowing American chip companies to compete around the world, we have the benefit of having a thoughtful and balanced strategy.
I want to ask you about the question that you hear all the time, and that is, with all of this money being spent on AI, are we inching toward bubble territory?
Future R&D budget is going to drive enormous amount of infrastructure. We're going to be, it's very likely this is the largest infrastructure build out in human history. And over the course of the next 15 years, a lot of estimates come in at, $85 trillion. And so we're going to build a lot of infrastructure.
So if you're talking about a couple of $1 trillion every year going into this, what do you say to those people who say that's absolutely not going to happen? It's a bubble, and we're going to have some companies holding the bag, banks who are lending out this money. Because remember, some of these companies who are investing in AI, they're borrowing the money. Is it a bubble?
Well, during the
I just heard all that money. I heard all that money that they're loaning out. We the people need to get part of it, get some of that money before all these big companies come in and swoop and take it all. This is why I'm covering stories like this, so we can have an opportunity to see these stories and take advantage of them and not be sleeping. We can't be letting big corporations take advantage of this. That's too much money right here. Too much money. Okay. Let's see what we can do ourselves, and let's get involved, and let's take this to the next level. Like I said, I'm working with some people to see what I can do to start this, getting into the investments, because we need it. We need it. We can't be letting big techs, big companies like this guy make $85 billion, and he's taking 23 billion, somebody's taking 40 billion and stuff like that. We can't be letting stuff like that pass. I think that's a shame. That's a crime. We can't be letting it go through like that. Okay? We got to do something about it. Yeah, this is the AI. This is a short one. I just want to get into this a little bit with you guys, and you know that the technology is out here. We need to get in, and AI is real. For as investment plans and what we see that we can get into. Is that seeable, it's affordable now before it get too far out of hand? Okay. Let's not wait until it's too late and then we worried about AI. Oh, AI is going to take. No, let's get. If we get ourselves in it, then we know what's going on. Okay. But everybody's looking at that guy that I just showed you, because I'm looking at other videos because people want to stop that guy. They don't really want him. And why they don't want him to do it? You know, they do got AIs in the stores that watch us shop as security. You know, you might not be stealing, but they might say you are stealing. I think I found a good video. I think I got a good video to explain to y'all about the bubble and its bursting that's good for us in our pockets. Okay. I'm going to play a little bit of this video just so you can get an understanding of what we mean. Okay. And I think just the intro alone is a good explanation if I can get it. Okay. I think this, like I said, I think this is it, y'all.
Building right now in AI. But most of these AI startups, they won't last more than 18 months. So where is the real money being made? Let's dive into it and learn how you can become rich without writing one line of code. Section 1, the 6 tiers of AI. Here's your 5-minute MBA in AI economics. Tier 0, energy infrastructure. AI lives in the cloud, but it feeds off electricity, which is why data centers are projected to consume more energy than entire countries by 2030. And if you're thinking like a person who likes money, you're going to be asking yourself, who's powering the power? We're looking at utilities, generators, grid plays, or even buying or starting businesses that service energy infrastructure.
So infrastructures, buildings. This is the first part. What's up? You know what I'm saying? I'm like I said, I'm just gonna go over this first little step so we can see the difference of what we need to invest in.
Because look at this consumption level. Actually wild. Companies like Hanley Energy, which builds data centers. The play, if you're not going to build the data center, become the specialist like the contractor for emergency 24/7 data center services in a specific region. So if I was you, what would I do? I would copy the homework of these guys, Hanley Energy Electric. So they're smaller contractors. They build expertise around data centers in particular. And if I was you, I might be looking to become a specialist, a contractor for them, knowledgeable about the area. And I really think this next tier you're going to see, chips, this is the arms race. NVIDIA, AMD, and whoever controls chip manufacturing now controls global innovation. But I'm not just interested in the stock.
This is the big one, which most people are looking at today. And it's more like, I ain't gonna say accessible, because like I say, the first one, infrastructures of the energy, but this is where more people are looking at like, okay, how can I get my hands into this? It's into the chip part, okay?
I want to know who's building the fabs, who's maintaining the clean rooms, who's doing the HVAC and installation. I think most people think, hey, this is just for the big guys. I'm out. You know what? I guess you're right. But the contractors building these $10 billion facilities, they've been around for 20 years. They have certifications and engineering teams that speak in acronyms. We can just be the guys who build the things those guys need in the real world. And I think those billion-dollar fabs, guess what? They also still get dirty. They need HEPA filters that clog. And the big contractors, they don't want to send their $200 an hour engineers to change filters. That's where we come in. And we just charge them $150 an hour. These are the specialized service companies nobody's talking about. Talk about like Promera, formerly DataClean. They started cleaning these data centers and clean rooms. Now they're the go-to across the entire industry. So like, do one thing obsessively well, keep mission critical environments particle free. You don't have to know a ton. You just have to show up with a shop vac and say, I clean good. Then we've got tier two. Tier two is the data centers. $455 billion went into data centers last year. That's up 51%. That's like so much money I can't even quite understand it. Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, all the boys spending billions here. What about the plumbing, roofing, wiring, insulation, the local businesses that these AI empires can't function without? This is AI translated for blue collar domination. And look at how much money these companies are making today. I think this is the kind of unsexy business that makes people rich while everyone else chases AI unicorns. So JEM Tech Group, they clean data centers, thrilling.
Behind the tech, we can lay, we can sit, we can advance, we can grow our money and invest in ourselves. These are the small blueprints that people claim that they don't see and they don't know nothing about. Hold on, y'all.
Right? No, they're not just cleaning. They're actually looking at fancy detection systems that are missed, fire hazards, disconnected cables. The play here is really simple. You show up to clean, you show up to inspect, you show up to fix. Suddenly, you're not the janitor, you're the risk management consultant. And guess who gets paid a lot more? The risk management consultant. I think people in this space are going to make an ungodly amount of money. This is the picks and shovels of the AI industry, and nobody is talking about it. Tier 3 of AI, we've got foundation models. This is where the big dogs play. OpenAI, X, Google, Anthropic. These are like the oil rigs. Big money, long timelines, uncertain returns. You and I aren't going to invest there. Most people watching, we can't compete. But you don't need to build the oil rig. You just need to sell the fuel, tools, or whatever, tacos, to the guys on it. I agree with what another investor, Elizabeth Yin, said. The typical early AI startup, they're burning, aka spending $500,000 a month. A lot of this is on GPUs. If you don't know what that is, it's basically like a super fast calculator built to do thousands of tiny tasks at the same time. You need that in order to power your AI. At this pace, if you even had $10 million as an AI startup, it only buys you 20 months of runway, aka ability to live and still survive as a company. But during that period, that's no profit. Because the problem is you have too many users and each one costs you money. So OpenAI.
There's always a possibility to get money in big places that you may forget about. We can't never forget the opportunities and look at the small pictures and the big pictures in AI. I'm going to go deeper into this. This is just homework A. This is just the beginning. Please take notes of these because I will be deep diving into these 6 tiers in later episodes to go deeper into the AI, into the monies, into the budgets. So I'm setting good homework for us, y'all.
I hit a $300 billion valuation, with revenue growing from 3.7 billion to 12.7 billion. But the caveat here is that the training costs for these companies, they grow exponentially. And so future models are going to cost them billions of dollars to train. Think of this like the plumbing layer of AI orchestration tools, APIs, deployments, frameworks. It's like the AWS, the cloud of AI. It's not sexy, but neither is Stripe or Datadog or MongoDB. And yet look at how much money those companies are worth. Multi-billion-dollar businesses because they make everything else work. I think some people are worried that bad things will happen here, that the big tech and AI companies are all, well, sleeping with each other. Take a look at this chart from Bloomberg. I think it means they actually are all sleeping together. You know, these companies are servicing one another. NVIDIA and AMD are investing in companies they sell.
What if you was in this bubble? This is the bubble that everybody talk about that we can't get in, that is so hard for us to get in, that's not capable for us to get in. This video just showed us earlier ways to get inside this bubble. There are ways to get inside the bubble, and we're going to go deep dive. We're going to get inside. We're going to explore how to get inside these bubbles. We on the Burn Life Show are getting inside. I promise you that. Okay?
Companies are servicing one another. NVIDIA and AMD are investing in companies they sell to. Anthropic is using Amazon Web Services, and Amazon is an investor in Anthropic, and Microsoft is investing in OpenAI and counts OpenAI as a customer. This is actually called circular financing, where dollars trade between firms, clouding actual demand. So are they making all that revenue? Or are they just paying each other? Then we've got tier 5, the AI native applications. This is like the shiny stuff. Most people playing here are building without a business model. But if you focus on apps that replaced cost centers and drive real productivity, you got a shot. That's where we're hunting. Now, the question becomes, how do you not go alone here? Tools like Replit and Cursor will let you play startup founder for a weekend. You'll build something that looks legit, feel like a genius, maybe even get a few users, cool story. But when it's time to actually scale, when the demo breaks at 2 a.m. and customers are screaming, when you need to connect payment processors, databases, APIs, and all the back-end plumbing that makes real businesses work, you're, how do the kids say, cooked. So if you're going to play in this space, on this tier, here's the kicker nobody talks about. If you actually win in this space, big tech becomes your biggest threat. Not because they'll copy you, they might, because they'll steal your team. If you build to millions, tens of millions, maybe even unicorn status, and suddenly Meta slides into your senior engineers' DMs with a $2 million package and unlimited.
So we see there's a way in. There's a bunch of ways in. We are going to explore these ways in. We're going to go deep diving into these ways in until we find a good way to get inside these ways. I promise you, this year we're getting inside. We're deeper diving. This is what we're going to do every Tuesday. The AI technology show. I promise you it's going down. I promise you this is what we're going to do. Please like, subscribe, join. It's really, really going down. I promise you. We in for a good treat. Until next time, y'all, this is the Burn Life Show, AI edition.